Good morning. Welcome to Crochet with Nonna Rosanna. I'm Rosanna, and today is WIP weekend number 133. It is November 8th, 2024. I hope you all had a wonderful week. I didn't do much, but I did do something very special this week. And I will let you know in just a minute. And my kitty cat is here already. Too funny. I just want to welcome all the new subscribers. In my WIP weekends, I show you my WIPs and my finished items and a little bit about my life. I'm an open book and I share. So if you don't want to hear anything about my life, skip a couple minutes forward and you get right into the WIPs. So I had a wonderful week. Monday, I met Kathy from the YouTube channel Yarn with Heart. She's about an hour away from me, I think, an hour and a half away. We met just the top end of Toronto, I think. I'm not sure. I know there's little subdivisions in Toronto, but we met up there and we went to an amazing yarn store, and it is called Lovely Knitting. And I will be doing a separate video on my acquisitions, and I'm so excited to share that with you. It'll come out later this week. So that was Monday. We met around 10:30 in the morning, and we spent 2 hours there and had a wonderful time, got to know each other, and then we even chit-chatted later on in the week. I'm really enjoying getting to know Kathy. So thank you, Kathy, for meeting me there, and we're going to have to do it again sometime soon. So I did that, and Tuesday I was a homebody. And then on Wednesday, my dad called me, and last year, the my mom's wreath for her headstone got lost somehow. So we said he was going to go out and buy one. I said, "Oh, don't go buy one, because at Michael's, if you buy a pre-made wreath, it's probably going to be like $89." So I said, let me go to Michael's, see if I can get, like a Christmas wreath and then decorate it with flowers. And he says, I need a yellowish color because my mom's favorite color was yellow. So I went there and I was very disappointed, couldn't find anything. So I thought, oh, just let me look through the clearance. And guess what I found? I found the $10 mystery boxes, and they were very big. And I lifted one, and it was light, and there's a little slit for the handles. So I kind of peeked in one, and lo and behold, I saw yellowish gold flowers. So I didn't buy one, I bought two, and I have plenty of flowers to make my mom's wreath for her headstone. Her year anniversary of her death is coming up on the 19th this month. So I want a nice fresh wreath for her at her headstone. Let's see what else. So I'm happy to make the wreath, and I was going to make it yesterday, but I decided to clean the house instead. And yesterday was my anniversary. My husband and I have been living together for 22 years, but we've only been married 10 years. And so we're celebrating our 10th anniversary. Tonight we're going to head out for a nice steak dinner and just stay there and enjoy our time. And life has been grand, 10 years, and I'm so happy. And the families get together, and it's been wonderful. So much fun. So that was about it. The only other thing, not good news, but it wasn't tragic or very bad news at all. Last Saturday, we got a call from the home saying that his mom's platelets were down to 20, which is very bad. And I said to him, how do they know? Because it has to be done. It's a blood work thing. So they rushed her off to emergency, and they called at 7:30 in the morning. And my husband is not a morning person, but he ended up going to the hospital and was texting me for quite a while. And they were wrong. They were up in the high 90s, which is typical for his mom. So they were sent home, but it's just so frustrating. I know the home doesn't want to get sued for anything, and they have to look out for her well-being, but she just doesn't want to go to emergency. She's had enough of hospitals. So she was very upset about that. So my husband calmed her down and everything like that. And then, was it Wednesday or Thursday? I think it was Wednesday. The home called my husband at work and said that she was bleeding, and they were worried because the bleeding wasn't stopping. And they wanted to send her to emergency, and he could hear his mom screaming in the background, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. So he left work and met her at the hospital, and she was there for over 5 hours. And when the doctor finally got there, he said, I'm just going to put a Band-Aid, not a Band-Aid, but a piece of gauze and tape over where she was bleeding, and they were sent home. So, we're getting frustrated with the home because like every little minor incident, they are just jumping the gun and calling us an emergency. And she's getting upset, which is sending her blood pressure through the roof and everything. So, but my husband popped in after work yesterday, which was Thursday, and she seemed fine. So it's just frustrating that they keep calling. We're paying all this good money. Well, from the sale of the house, but we're paying all this good money for them to be looking after her, and we have been unbelievably, like, we've been to the emergency room more often than not since she's been there. So it's getting frustrating. We're not sure what we're going to do, and I'll have to talk to Colin's mom, when she's in a good state of mind. So we'll see what happens there. And I think that's it. Yesterday, like I said, I was going to make the wreath, but I decided to clean my house instead. That way I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the weekend and early next week. So I cleaned my house, and tonight I'm so looking forward to going out for dinner. And while I was out at Michael's the other day, right beside it is a new HomeSense, and here in Canada, it's a division of the Winners store, which is a division of Marshall's, I believe. So, it's furniture items and knickknacks and everything like that at discount prices. When I was there, they had the Halloween stuff on sale. And I just went in there to look around, not expecting to buy anything. And I got myself this mug. I am in love with Hocus Pocus. So I got this, and I can't read it backwards. It's something. Let me turn it around so I can figure it out. It's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus. And I love that, but this is the side that I really like. My cup is full. Let me take a sip. Excuse me. This side is what I fell in love with. It looks like it's an actual museum. It says the Sanders House Witches Museum in Salem, Massachusetts. So I fell in love with this side of the cup, so I had to get it for myself, and it's perfect size. I am filled to the brim. This is my second coffee this morning. Hello, little girl. So, excuse me. So that's what I did this week. Nothing too exciting, but my week flew by once again. So let me start with my WIPs. My first WIP is my paint by number, and I am loving my paint by numbers. My cat's trying to get my attention here. She wants to be pet. As always, she's a very demanding little girl. But this is my paint by number, and I think it's coming along really great. You can see, I've got it upside down. Can you believe that? So there you go. You can really see how it's coming together. And I'm really enjoying this, and I don't think I'm going to run out of paint. I'm very nervous that I'm going to, because this paint by numbers comes in little tubes, so I don't really know how much is left. She can't see through it, so I'm trying to be frugal. And what I'll do once I'm all done, if I can see the numbers in some of them, I'll just go over it a second time. So I'm really enjoying this paint by number, and it will be hung up somewhere for Christmas time. And then my knitted socks. I am almost at the point to start, the toes. Haven't done much work on this. So this is the one I'm working on. And I have to get, I believe, to 8 1/4 inches from here to there. So I think I've got another 1.5 inches to do on that one. And then this one I am ready to start the toes. So I am going to hopefully try and get this done this weekend, because I'd like to start on another pair of socks and a pair for my daughter. I'd like to get them done before Christmas, but it's not going to happen. It'll maybe be a New Year's gift. So, and this I hold in my bag that I got from Amazon. And it says I crochet. So so I don't choke people. Save a life, send yarn. I think it's so cute. So that was my first yarny WIP. And then the other knit item I'm doing more knit than crochet this week. I'm working on my top, my first top that I've ever made in knit. Let me just, the yarn is caught somewhere in the bag. There we go. And I am 3/4 the way done. Last week, I was right here, and I'm going to have to switch my progress keeper. It is a pumpkin, so I'm going to start using some Christmas stitch markers and progress keepers. So I'm almost ready to, I think I've got another 2 inches to do, and then I'll be able to sew it up, and I will have my first knitted item for myself completed. I'm really excited. And then after this, I am going to start a sweater in the round, top down, with raglan sleeves. And I'm going to use the yarn that I've been using for all my knitted hats and all my my sweater that I made my daughter. And I can't remember what it's J. Seabrett yarn, and I love it. And I've got enough to do a top-down sweater in knit. It's a little bulky, but I'm going to go down a size in needles and do a gauge swatch, and hopefully it'll work. And then I bought some amazing yarn to, after I get that complete, practice on acrylic yarn, inexpensive acrylic yarn. Then I am going to use a nice wool. So that's my knitted top, and I'm very excited about it because it's going to be my first item that I made for myself to a wearable, you know, other than hats, scarves, and cowls. And in knitted hats, I've started another knitted hat, everyone in the family, and I've got lots of this left, and I've got another ball. So this one is for my husband's son, Ryan, and we'll do that, and hopefully I'll have enough to make a matching hat for his girlfriend. So that's my knitted hat that I have been working on. And what else? I am working on a granny C2C, a granny stitch C2C blanket, which I forgot to, oh, today. Hi, are you on top of all my finished projects here? I forgot to bring it here, so let me go get it. I'm going to put you on pause for a minute. I'm back. So I have never made a C2C corner to corner granny square stitch blanket, so I thought I'd start that. And the reason I did that is because we were sitting around sometime this week, and my husband has picked out some yarn for what I'm going to do for Vlogmas this year. So he went through all the yarns, and I told him the background's going to be a creamy white, so no light colors, and pick 24 colors. That way every day I can pick a color and make a square. It's a little hint of what I'm doing for Vlogmas. So I thought, you know what, there's so many. I have a treasure chest. It's about 1.5 feet by a foot deep and a foot wide, and it's full of yarn balls. So I started a Scrappy C2C granny square blanket. And I'm loving the way it's turning out. What I'm doing is I am doing the magic knot, but since this is for donation, I've left the extra on the magic knot, and I'm just going to weave it through 1 or 2 times. That way it's extra safe. I always worry that if I use the magic knot, it'll come unraveled and it'll ruin the whole project. So that's what I'm working on right now. I've done, excuse me, I've sewn in some of the ends, but I haven't sewn in all the loose threads. So I love the way it's turning out. So I'm thinking that's 2 feet right there. So I probably need another 6 inches, then I can rectangle it off. And I can't remember whose pattern I'm following, but I will put it up here right now, and I will link the channel and the tutorial below. But what a great way to use up my scraps. So, you know, some of them are a couple rows, and some of them are not even a complete row. And I'm just putting my hand in and grabbing one. So that's the way it's turning out. And I'm enjoying it. I love the granny square. I can do the granny square without looking. So I can watch a TV program. I can watch sports. I can talk. I can do anything I want as long as my hands are free to do the granny square. So I'm really enjoying this, and I'll probably do a few of them. I've got the scrap balls down here, and then I have my scrappy yarns that are upstairs that are actually all hanged up nicely. So it's a great, easy project. I watched the tutorial, so simple to do, and I'd recommend it to anybody. So hopefully I will just continue doing this, and I'm really liking it. So those are my scraps that I'm using. I'm trying to use up a lot of scraps instead of bringing more yarn in. And the only reason I bring more yarn in is if Michael's has a 40% off, then I'll go get a nice big ball of yarn or something special. And I need different colors for different projects because I follow a couple mouths. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying not to purchase anything that I really don't need. But when you go to a yarn store and you see these beautiful wool yarns, you cannot help but buy something. So that's it for my WIPs this week. And for some finished items. Let's see, my first finished item is in this bag with all the hats. I finished my son-in-law's knitted hat. I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough yarn, but I ended up having more than enough yarn, but that's not a problem. So this is my son-in-law's hat, and what I did is I just took a navy blue and did the brim in navy blue, and this pattern is the Ross hat, and it's linked below. As long as I'm making hats, his channel will always be linked below, and it is a free pattern. You just have to go. Actually, I just Google the Ross hat. If I forget, when I started, I just need to know how many stitches to start with. And it's got the hat pattern in bulky, worsted, DK, and fingering weight. So it's got all the sizes and the stitch counts that you need. So those are the 3 hats for Paige, Amanda, and Erin. So I love that I had enough yarn to make the sweaters and then to knit a matching hat. So I'm really pleased with that. And these are all Christmas gifts. And I'm working on Colin's son's hat right now. And his girlfriend's will be next. And then just one more for my son. So hopefully I'll have enough. I believe I have one more gray upstairs. If I don't, then Ryan's girlfriend will get a different colored hat, but out of the same kind of yarn. So that is my first finished item. And then last month, I completely forgot to do my Under the Sea square. So that's the square on the back. And I am using, just get these yarns here, sorry. For the center, I'm using Loops and Thread White, which is Michael's new soft classic value yarn. And then I have this much left, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get a few more squares out of here. And I think I've got half a ball in there too. And this is the value yarn, and it is Michael's old value yarn. And this color is called Cornflower. So this was last month's square. It is so cute. It's a Nemo puffer. I'm not sure, but it reminds me of the Nemo movie, the Disney movie. So I believe she did put out an extra square. I'm going to have to check, and I'm not sure how big I'm going to make this. So I'm going to lay the squares out because I'm such a loose crocheter that my squares are more than a square foot. And I was watching Terry at the Yarn Joy podcast, and hers look like they're about only 10 inches. So between mine, I have an extra 2 inches. So I'm going to lay it out and see how big it is. And I may not do the extra squares, I may just do the one square for the month. So that's Nemo, and I'm really pleased with that. And we have November's. I haven't even checked yet. I wanted to get this done, so I will be doing November's and December's. And I have been enjoying that crochet along so much. And it's from the Repeat Crafter Me, and I believe it's linked below. If not, I will put it in. And I'm really enjoying that. And I'm going to be using a pattern of hers also for my Vlogmas. So she just has some fabulous, fabulous ideas. I really enjoy her channel. And what else do I have? Oh, and I have two more finished items. I did quite a bit this week. I finished my granddaughter's vest. She saw a vest. My daughter saw a vest in one of the high-end stores and asked if I could make something similar. I said, I can try. So this is my vest that I finished. And I'm just waiting for Paige to come and try it on. So I think it's a cute little vest. And the yarns I used for this, I got from Mary Maxim. And I got to tell you, these are one of the softest yarns I've ever felt. It's called Mary Maxim Twinkle. And the pink color is Candy Floss. And let's see where I've got. It's very messy now. And this is Soft Plum. The gray is light gray. And this is what I have left over from my first ball, my only ball that I used. And then this blue is called, I believe, dark blue. Dark blue. And I don't know what I was thinking. I totally overestimated. I got 2 of each of the colors and 5 of the gray. I don't know what I was thinking, but this is all the yarn I have left over. So I'm going to have to ball this up and think of some. I'm probably going to make a baby blanket out of the rest of this just in my spare time, just to see baby blanket with some of the colors mixed in. So I'll probably do the granny square C2C actually, because I really am enjoying that. So that is the vest that I made. And I'm hoping it fits her. I measured her, and I had my daughter measure some of the, like the circumference around her arm and everything. So I think it's going to be really cute on her. I can't wait to see her on using it. Excuse me. Getting a frog in my throat. I hope I'm not getting cold. My cat's over here in the living room, in the sun a little bit, chasing her tail. Unbelievable. She's like a kitten sometimes, and other times just a lovable little cat. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. And then my last finished item, I follow Heather the Crochet Witch, Bella from Bella's Gifts, Crochet Gifts, and I'm not sure the last one, Amethyst Crafts. And they do the movie Marquee, and this was the Marquee. And I had decided to use the browns and the creams in the background of all the bookcases and the background colors, and then a little bit of black because there's some, like the suit and everything that's in there. And then when I went to watch Judy's at Judy's Crochet, and everyone I talk about will be listed below, and their channels will be there, so you can check them out. And I do the bird mal, and this is the bird here, and it's in the browns and the creams. So you know what? 1 blanket and 2 make-alongs. So this is my blanket. You saw it last week, and everything is completed. And it is just the granny square. And like I said, I was trying to use up all my scraps. So I'm not going to take them out. I'm just going to roll my bag down and show you. I got a lot of my scraps used up. They're going to have to be rewound. But in the what color was it? The coffee color, a red heart. I had to break into this skein. I actually pulled from the outside because I had half a row left that I hadn't completed. But this can go back on the shelf as an almost full yarn. So I did get quite a bit of my scrap yarns done in these colors. And I love the way this turns out. I am not a fan of browns, but I think this is just beautiful. And I made it a little wide, so I did not put a border on it. And I sewed in all my ends, so it's nice and firm along the sides. And it is actually 30, almost 32 inches wide by 39 and a half inches. I didn't get quite the length, but I started with the black. So I went the black, the cream, a taupe, no, sorry, Aran, a taupe, and then the chocolate brown, and then I had some fleck yarn in the cream, another different brown, and then black, and then started with black again. So I started it and ended it with the black. That way, you know, if it drags on the ground and everything, and then up at the top, you won't have to worry about too much dirt showing. So another wheelchair lapghan. So I think I have probably 8 or 9 more to deliver, and I've got a couple more lapghans in the works. I'm working on my book cover inspiration, and I will show you what I'm doing mid-month for that. And I believe that's it for this week. Like I said, I'm so looking forward to my dinner out tonight, and having a nice quiet weekend after that. Next week, not sure what's up. I know I have to meet my brother at a bank to do some more things for my mom's will, and I think then we're totally, completely finished with all that. It's taken a year to get everything organized for that. Probably have my dad over. We didn't have him last weekend, so we'll probably have my dad over for I think I'm just going to do a nice pasta dinner because my dad hasn't had homemade sauce since my mom has passed away. So I think I'm going to have, you know, I'll do a salad and some pasta and garlic bread. Easy, simple dinner for Sunday because all my sauce is pre-made and it's frozen. When I make a batch of sauce, I make enough for about 5, maybe 6 dinners. I have a great big pot that I use. And so that's what I'm going to do this Sunday. We'll get together with my stepdad. So that's it for now. I hope you have a wonderful WIP weekend. Get your WIPs done if you can. I'm enjoying all my crafts that I'm doing. And I haven't done a diamond painting in a couple of weeks, so I probably will start another diamond painting. So on that note, we will talk to you soon. Bye for now.